Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Today we're going to be looking at AI,
Okay.
but not AI in like the way we normally think about it. It's
Mm-hmm.
not those massive data centers and, all that.
Right.
This is about AI shrinking down.
Shrinking down. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, like physically smaller AI models that can run on your phone, on your laptop.
So Edge AI then.
Yeah, exactly. Edge AI.
Uh,
And the reason we're talking about this is because a company called Mistral AI,
okay.
they just released a couple of new models,
Okay.
the Mistral 3B and the Mistral 8B.
And the B stands for
Billion.
billion. Okay, so these are large language models.
Yeah.
Still using parameters.
Yeah, and that's kind of how they determine the complexity of the power.
Right. So like a 3 billion is going to be good at certain things.
Right.
And 8 billion is going to be better at other things.
Exactly. Yeah. And so the big question is like, why?
Yeah. Why should we even care that AI is like shrinking down?
Exactly. Like, why is everyone so excited about this? What's the big deal with these smaller models?
Well, I think the easiest way to think about it is like this.
Okay.
Right now, when you use something like ChatGPT,
Mm-hmm.
it feels pretty fast, right?
Yeah.
But what's actually happening is you're sending a request over the internet.
Right.
It's going to a data center.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting processed and sent back to you.
Right. It's like ordering takeout.
It is exactly like ordering takeout.
Yep.
Even if the restaurant's quick, you still have that travel time there and back
Right.
on device.
Okay.
AI eliminates that.
Oh, wow.
It's like having the chef in your kitchen.
So it's all about speed.
Speed is a huge factor.
Okay.
No more waiting for the cloud to catch up.
And I imagine that unlocks some pretty interesting possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
Okay.
Real-time translation just by pointing your phone at something,
Wow.
or your car warning you about a hazard before you even see it.
Okay.
This is like the next level.
Yeah, it sounds like sci-fi, but it's becoming our reality.
It really is.
It's not just about the speed.
Right.
The article we were looking at from Tech Target,
Yeah.
it was talking about how this is also about cost and privacy.
Huge factors.
So how does this factor into like the cost of running these AI models?
Well, think of it this way.
Okay.
Running those massive AI models in the cloud, it's like keeping a jumbo jet running 24/7.
Oh, wow.
The cost is astronomical.
Okay.
Smaller models, they're just way more efficient.
Right.
Less energy, less cost.
So it could potentially even make things cheaper for consumers.
Exactly.
Huh.
Yeah, trickle-down economics.
And what about the privacy angle?
A lot of people get nervous
I know, I do.
about all their data floating around in the cloud.
Right, like what if there's a breach?
Exactly. And with on-device AI,
Okay.
a lot of that processing happens locally
Okay.
on your device, not on some server who knows where.
So it's like keeping your photos on your computer.
Exactly.
Instead of uploading them to Facebook.
You've got more control over your data.
Right, I like that.
Who has access to it?
Okay, so we've got smaller, faster, cheaper AI that addresses these concerns about cost and privacy.
Yeah,
The article mentioned telecom and manufacturing being excited about this.
I bet they are.
What's going on there? What are they excited about?
Well, for telecom,
Okay.
imagine your phone
Yeah.
adjusting its own settings in real time
Okay.
to get the best signal strength or battery life
Wow.
based on where you are, what you're doing,
So it's like next level personalization.
and efficiency.
Okay, and then what about manufacturing?
Manufacturing.
Yeah.
Think smarter robots
Okay.
on the factory floor, making decisions in real time,
Oh, wow.
spotting problems before they even happen.
So it's not just about speed and cost, it's about changing how we do things.
Fundamentally, yeah.
But of course, with any big technological shift,
Right.
there are always bumps in the road.
Always bumps, yeah.
So let's talk about Mistral AI.
Okay.
This company that's kind of at the heart of all this.
Right.
They're pretty small,
They are.
especially compared to like Google or Microsoft.
Yeah, David versus Goliath.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So how can a company like Mistral actually compete?
Well, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Mistral's strategy.
Yeah.
It hinges on partnerships.
Partnerships. Okay.
They need to convince the companies that are building the hardware.
So like the chip makers, the device manufacturers,
Yeah, yeah.
to use their AI models.
Yeah, they're playing a high-stakes game of chess here.
It's like a big strategic battle.
Big time.
But they have a good pitch, right?
They do. They've got efficient, powerful AI models
Okay.
that can be tailored to specific hardware and use cases.
So they're trying to be the AI that powers all these different devices.
Exactly.
Okay, so there's more to this story, right?
There is
Something about their approach that's a little bit different.
a little twist.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to get into in part 2 of this deep dive.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so you said there was a twist.
Right.
Something about how Mistral is approaching all of this.
Yeah, so it's like,
Okay.
how do you build a successful AI company?
Right.
They're different philosophies.
Okay.
And Mistral's been interesting to watch.
What have they been doing?
Well, they've been really into open source.
Oh, okay, so like making their technology available for anyone to use?
Exactly, sharing the recipe.
And why is that a big deal?
Well, in the tech world, open source is kind of a big deal
Okay.
because it means that anyone can take that code and use it,
Right.
modify it, distribute it.
So it's like this big collaboration.
It can be.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a way to democratize technology,
I like that.
speed up innovation.
But can you actually build a business that way?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right, because if everyone can just use your stuff for free,
Exactly.
how do you actually make money?
It's a tough balance.
And this Tech Target article, it mentioned that these new Mistral models,
Yeah.
they're not fully open source, are they?
No, they're not, and it's interesting.
So they're kind of changing their tune a little bit
Well, I think they're trying to find that sweet spot.
between giving everything away and keeping everything secret.
Exactly, because they still want to appeal to that open source community.
Right. They built their whole reputation on it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they also need to make money.
Yeah, it's a business.
Right, so they're walking a tightrope,
I see. So it's like a balancing act?
a delicate dance.
So they need to keep the open source people happy, but also reassure their investors.
It's a tough spot to be in.
It really is. So what does this all mean for the average person?
Well, I think the big takeaway here is that AI is changing,
Okay.
and it's changing fast.
Faster than ever.
We're talking about a future
Yeah.
where AI is everywhere.
Not just in some lab somewhere.
Exactly. It's in your pocket,
In our phones.
in your car, in your home.
It's a little scary, isn't it?
It can be, but it's also exciting.
I guess so. It's like we're on the edge of something huge,
We are.
and we don't really know what's going to happen. It really does feel like we're on the edge of something completely new.
Yeah, it's like all the rules are
And-
changing.
And one of the biggest changes, it seems like, is that AI is becoming more accessible.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just for like the big tech companies anymore.
Right. Like in the past, if you wanted to do something big with AI,
Mm-hmm.
you needed a ton of money, a ton of computers.
Right, like Google level resources.
Exactly. But now with these smaller models,
Yeah.
it's like the playing field is being leveled.
So it's not just about what Google or Microsoft want to do anymore.
It's about what we do with it.
We, as in like everyday people.
Well, everyone's researchers, startups, even just people tinkering in their garages.
Wow. So it's like AI is going from this centralized thing to something much more distributed.
Exactly. It's like instead of having one giant brain in the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to have billions of little brains all over the place.
And all connected, I imagine.
Exactly. And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay. I'm intrigued. Give me some examples. What could we actually do with this?
Well, let's take healthcare.
Okay.
Imagine wearable devices.
Like smartwatches and fitness trackers?
Exactly.
No.
But with powerful AI built in.
Okay.
So they're not just tracking your steps.
Mm.
They're analyzing your vital signs,
Wow.
looking for patterns,
Okay.
maybe even predicting health issues before they become serious.
That's incredible.
Or think about education.
Okay.
Personalized AI tutors
Oh, wow.
right on your tablet.
So it's like having a personal teacher for every student.
Exactly. Adjusting to their learning style, their pace.
This is all pretty mind-blowing.
It is, and a little overwhelming.
It is. It feels like things are moving so fast.
They are. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Unlike other tech revolutions,
Mm-hmm.
this time we're not just along for the ride.
What do you mean?
We have a say in how this plays out.
So we're not just passive consumers of AI.
Exactly. We have choices to make decisions about how we use it, how we regulate it.
So it's like a responsibility almost.
And in a way, yeah, we have to think about the ethical implications, the impact on jobs.
All the big questions.
Because these aren't just technical questions anymore.
Right. It's about our values.
Exactly what kind of future do we want to create?
That's a powerful thought.
It is, and it's on all of us to figure it out.
Well said. That about wraps up our deep dive into the world of small AI models.
It was a fascinating one.
It really was, from the tech itself to the companies involved to the big ethical questions.
And it's only going to get more interesting from here.
Absolutely. So to everyone listening, keep exploring, keep questioning, and as always, stay curious.